Okay, on to the electrical in this thing and getting it finalized. I decided I am putting a switch in this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mount a switch right here, discreetly behind his right elbow. That way you can just go, leave them plugged in, reach over and go click, 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 click as you want to turn them on and off. And that way, if you do unplug them, you just got to plug him back in, and he's not under constant power. So you don't got to keep reaching behind him, yanking the plug out, putting the plug back in. Like I said, just a little discreet switch right here behind his shoulder. I'm sure he won't mind. And then that should get everything taken care of. Now I have put the stabilizer that I picked up in IoT in this that I talked about in previous videos. So we'll see how that works in the final. But I've also decided to keep the echo down. I'm going to add a little bit of spray foam, and I'm going to add spray foam around the speaker. It'll be safe to do that. And just a little bit of light spray foam around the speaker to keep that hollow sounding loud R2 more, don't want to use the word humble, but you know what I mean, more muffled. So yeah, let's get on with the rest of the electrical instead of me just sitting here talking. All right, there's a few different switches I can use. I can use simple button switches, which is these little guys. And by the way, all these will be available for sale on Falcon FX web store. Or I can use these little rocker switches, they're really nice. But instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of these guys. Just a really simple on-off. It's friction fit. Drill the hole, push it in. It's pre-wired, ready to go. Your red goes, I'll show you how to do a switch. Red, black to black is not how this goes. This goes on the same wire because you're breaking the electrical continuity. But I'll show that to you when I do all this, the plugs and everything. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna use. So let's get it installed real quick, okay? Come on, let's get it done. Okay, now what I've decided to do here with the power is I'm gonna go ahead and install a switch. And I'm gonna install the switch discreetly behind R2 right here. Now the reason why I decided to do a switch is because I just think it's gonna be inconvenient to constantly be unplugging him, plugging him in, unplugging him, plugging him in when you want power. So you can basically display your R2 unit permanently plugged in if you want, and just simply use a simple switch like this. I'm going to get into later how to wire the switch in this video, but basically I need a 3/4 inch bit right here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and let me get the wiring out of the way. I'm going to drill it right here. Now the trick is let the drill do the work. Don't force the drill. If you force the drill, what you can do is you can risk snapping the plastic, which you really don't want to do. You can move the drill a little bit back and forth, but there. Nice and clean. See? Nice and clean. Then all we have to do is we take the switch. You know, I want to show you something about this switch. Is it has these little side teeth. And if that doesn't stick good enough for you, we'll find out in a minute if it will. And let's make sure it's oriented up and down. And we want to see if we can get this switch seated. Now, it is not quite big enough. So I'm going to take my handy dandy razor blade knife here, and I'm just going to lightly trim around the hole. Not a lot, just real lightly. And all I'm doing is I'm opening the hole up just a tad to get the switch in there. Don't do a lot at a time. A little bit goes a long way. And I should be able to get this pushed in. Now, this is where ingenuity comes in. This is not working. These tabs, the plastic is too flimsy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to simply cut these tabs off, is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut them off. And the reason I'm going to cut them off here is because they're going to impede me more than they're going to help me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these tabs off, and I'm going to make sure that they are trimmed flat. See? Yeah, I think I can do it. Got myself a little bit there. At any rate, perils of the job. Okay, that should be flush. And then I'm going to go ahead and take this. I'm going to thread it through the hole. And this should be bingo. That's what we want right there. Okay, regarding my box and how I mounted it, you've seen a little bit earlier I talked about the screws in the screw post. What I ended up doing was I ended up using Velcro. And I ended up using zip ties that wrapped through these other zip tie mounts. I wrapped them around this bar and this bar, as you can see right here. And then also I wrapped it around the main tube. And this thing is like solid. This is not going anywhere. So basically, if I need to go ahead and unplug this, which is main power, then I can. And main power is connected to a switch. I'm going to get into that here in a minute. So give me 1 second and I will show you the final hookup and everything and how I did it. Okay, I'm going to try to explain the way I did this as best as possible. It's not as complicated as it looks. It's pretty much what my drawing was in my other video, but I'm gonna kind of lay this out. Okay, so as you all know, I have power coming in from the very bottom way down there. And I made it where you can unplug it and plug it back in because I have a switch right here. Don't worry, this is not a power. This is the data wire. So what I do is I have my main plug right here, and that comes down here, and it splits. And the red goes into the switch, as you can see, the red. And the red continues out the bottom of the switch. Basically with the switch, just a simple little switch like this, it's just a continuation of one wire. And what the switch does, it breaks continuity. So that's how you get power on off. And what I've done is I've attached it to go down to my octagon port down there, which is the cooling port, which I did a mixture of red and ultraviolet blue lights to try to give it like a weird reddish purple effect. And then I did that I connected everything to my extra wires to the Christmas light plug right here, which is, we have R2 sitting right there. So this is what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be back in 1 second. We're gonna put R2's head on. I'm going to turn it on and we're going to see live whether or not I screwed this up. I don't think I did. But real quick, I found out something interesting. I did a polarity test on the wire. If you connect the head directly to the box without this extension junction wire that normally goes in, you'll get no power. So you have to use this little junction. I think that JST connector is a little bit different than the other one, even though it fits. So always use the extension if you're going to do funky wiring. So I'll be right back. Let's get R2's head on and let's take a look at if the little guy works or not. All right, let's check to see. Make sure my wires don't get mixed up. Screw his head on. Put his little eyeball on, which, okay. Let's see if it works. Okay, let's hit the switch in the back and see what happens. Usually takes about 5 seconds or so. Well, my hologram light's working. I can tell my other lights are working in the back. It takes a moment for him to wake up. It's like the board is just sinking or something. Usually, there it goes. So let's try moving. And he works. We got success. There's the octagon port with the little purplish blue lights cooling off the R2 unit. Got a little bit of a gap. I'll deal with that. He should be saying other things here in the next moment or two. Let's see if I can get him to move. There he goes. Does his backlight work? Yes, the backlight works there. Let's take a look at my new data port. Let's see how that's going. Oh, that's cool. That's working. So R2 lives. He's got his copper legs, his brackets. He's animated and mouthy. Oh, he's getting ready to blow a gasket. Nope, no Jawas around to witness that. Hologram light works. I really wish my customer would have let me put new data ports in there. Any rate, I'll put that in the R5-D4 I'm going to be making. But I'm doing one for a guy in the UK of all people. So I think I'll put him data ports in his. He'll like data ports in the front. I know that guy. He'll be very, very pleased. There are those. The octagon port is cooling off the unit. You can see a lot of heat in there. There he is. And he works. So my wiring worked. My ideas have worked well. You get it live with me right now here, and next what I'll do is the next video is I'm going to do weathering of this unit. He really needs weathering, and I think I'm going to do one more thing. There are some panel lines that go like this. Oh, he doesn't like the idea of panel lines? Tough shit you're getting. I'm going to put the panel lines in right there. He seems pleased. All right. And we are live. Working we'll go. Working well. Like and subscribe my videos. Like I said, the next one is going to be me weathering him, and that's where he's really going to come to life. And I think I'm going to address that little bit of a gap right there. It's a little bit much of a gap. It's, you know, it's not a perfectionist thing. It's just I think I can make it a little bit better. But we'll add the panel lines. Next video, we'll weather him, and we'll see if he has a better attitude with being a little dirty. I did have a little problem. I want to explain something real quick before I go. The battery packs I had a major issue with. What they were doing was, where I filled in the holes, it might just be too flimsy of a plastic, but even the bond will start cracking. So I had to drill them out, clean them out, and the battery had the holes in them, but I don't think that detracts from the display at all. This is a beautiful, beautiful model when it's painted back up and done right. I'm very, very pleased, very impressed. Thank you to the guy who suggested the acrylic pen. And yeah, R2-D2, Home Depot. Next video will be the final one, which will be me weathering him. Or me, I'll do a weathering video, and then we'll do a total premiere, walk around the entire droid, complete. So, everybody, again, thank you very much for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing. And please, if you want to help me, share my YouTube channel. So for me and R2, we'll talk to you guys later.